Okay, we're going to read from G.W.F. Hegel. Once again, this reading comes from Aspects of Western Civilization by Perry M. Rogers. Great book. I recommend you all get a copy for yourself. This is on page 132. Please read along. So this is the goal of the great men in history. And Hegel, extremely important German philosopher. Hegel, I see him as really bridging a gap in philosophy between a deterministic religious view where God is central to determining events in human history, and people have a little role except as instruments of God, and then a more existentialist idea where people are in control of their own lives and simply must face the consequences and that sort of thing of their actions. Hegel takes an idea of deterministic religion, which seems to come perhaps from the Puritan tradition, Calvinism, that sort of stuff, predestination, and he combines it with an Eastern religiosity where God is not out there but is in all things, in all people, puts these two things together, and he comes up with this idea of a world spirit, some sort of quasi-religious, kind of religious deity that drives all of human events and rises up at certain times in history. When it is time for a change, this world spirit rises up through great men, as if they are some sort of fountain for the world spirit, and then uses those great individuals, Caesars, Napoleons, Alexanders, to change history when history needs to be changed. So on the one hand, you have a deterministic view of history. History can only unfold in one way. On the other hand, you have great individual people who are a driving force behind human history, which, although not a completely new idea, does tend to fly in the face of Christianity and other Western religions. And you add that to this Eastern idea of God and everything also driving these events. So, here we go. Such are all great historical men, whose own particular aims involve those large issues which are the will of the world spirit, which we just discussed. They may be called heroes inasmuch as they have derived their purpose and their vocation not from the calm, regular course of things, sanctioned by the existing order, but from a concealed fount, one which has not attained to phenomenal present existence. From that inner spirit, still hidden beneath the surface, which, impinging on the outer world as on a shell, bursts it in pieces, because it is another kernel than that which belonged to the shell in question. They are men, therefore, who appear to draw the impulse of their life from themselves, and whose deeds have produced a condition of things in a complex of historical relations, which appear to be only their interest in their work. So these great people, these great men in history, they seem to change it because of their own will, drawing from some deep internal motivation that the rest of the world can't yet see, but that breaks the existing order of things, existing order of history into pieces, like a popcorn kernel, as he says, and brings on a new age. So it seems as if these people are driving this by themselves, but Hegel's idea is that they are actually driven by this world spirit. They have these great attributes that allow them to change history, but it is this quasi-religious idea, this God in all things, that is going to change them, or change history through them. Such individuals had no consciousness of the general idea they were unfolding, while prosecuting those aims of theirs. On the contrary, they were practical, political men, but at the same time they were thinking men who had an insight into the requirements of the time, what was ripe for development, like Napoleon, political, practical, but also have a penetrating insight into what is really necessary to bring about a needed change in society. This was the very truth for their age, for their world, the species next in order, so to speak. Some evolutionary thought influencing this, you can see. and which was already formed in the womb of time. So it's already been predetermined. Here you see this deterministic view of the world. It was theirs to know this nascent principle, the necessary directly sequent step in progress, which their world was to take, to make this their aim and to expend their energy in promoting it. So these are the people who are going to bring out this principle that has not yet been birthed. They are going to birth it into this world and create this necessary change. World historical men, the heroes of an epoch, must, therefore, be recognized as its clear-sighted ones. Their deed, their words, are the best of that time. Great people in history, driven by this world spirit, create a change that was predetermined in the womb of time, as Hegel says. Thank you.